Have you ever noticed your dog suddenly becoming quiet? Not sleepy, not relaxed, just quiet. The kind of quiet that feels different. Maybe they stop following you around the house. Maybe they spend more time alone. Maybe they sit in the corner of a room staring at nothing. Or maybe they simply stop doing little things they used to do every day. At first, most owners don't think much of it. After all, dogs have calm days too, just like people. But sometimes, when a dog suddenly becomes quieter than usual, there's something deeper happening beneath the surface. Because dogs communicate constantly, not through words, through behavior, through routines, through energy. And when those things change, they're often trying to tell us something. The problem is that most people don't recognize the message until much later. And once you understand the real reasons dogs suddenly become quiet, you'll start paying attention to behaviors you may have ignored before. Especially the final reason, because that one is far more emotional than most dog owners realize. First, your dog may simply be observing more than usual. Most people think dogs are always active, always playful, always looking for attention. But that's not actually true. Dogs spend a surprising amount of time quietly studying the world around them. Watching, listening, processing. You just don't usually notice because they often do it while staying close to you, but sometimes something catches their attention. A new smell, a new sound, a change in routine, an unfamiliar person. And suddenly, they become more reserved, almost like they're gathering information. You'll often see this when a dog enters a new environment or when something in the home changes unexpectedly. Their quiet behavior isn't sadness, it's investigation. Their brain switches into observation mode, and during that time, they may seem unusually serious, almost thoughtful. But observation is only one possibility. Sometimes your dog becomes quiet because they're emotionally overwhelmed, and this happens far more often than people realize. Dogs experience emotions differently than humans, but they absolutely experience emotional stress. Changes in routine, arguments in the home, loss of a family member, moving houses, long periods alone, a new baby, a new pet. All of these things can affect your dog's emotional state. And while some dogs become clingy during stressful periods, others do the opposite. They withdraw. Instead of asking for more attention, they become quieter, more distant, more reflective. Almost like they're trying to process emotions they don't fully understand. And here's what makes this important. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to the emotional atmosphere around them. If the people in the home are stressed, your dog notices. If someone is sad, your dog notices. If tension exists between family members, your dog notices. Sometimes they notice before anyone else does. And when emotional energy changes significantly, some dogs respond by becoming unusually quiet, not because they don't care, but because they're absorbing everything. But there's another reason many dogs suddenly become quiet, and this one surprises a lot of owners. Your dog may be getting older. Now, before you panic, aging doesn't automatically mean something is wrong. It's simply part of life. Just like humans, dogs change as they grow older. The things that once excited them may not excite them quite as much. The zoomies become less frequent. The endless energy starts fading. Long naps become more appealing. And many older dogs naturally become calmer and quieter than they were during their younger years. But here's the emotional part. Their love for you usually doesn't shrink. It often grows. That's why older dogs may become quieter while simultaneously becoming more attached. They may spend less time running around and more time simply sitting beside you, watching you, being near you. Because as dogs age, comfort becomes more valuable than excitement. And for many dogs, you are comfort. But sometimes silence isn't about age. Sometimes it's about trust. Have you ever noticed how nervous dogs tend to be noisy? They bark more, pace more, react more. Everything feels uncertain. Everything demands attention. But when a dog feels completely safe, something interesting happens. They relax. They stop feeling the need to constantly react to every little thing. Their nervous system settles down. Their environment feels predictable. Their favorite people are nearby. And they simply exist peacefully. That's why some of the quietest dogs are actually the happiest ones. They're not withdrawn. They're secure. There's a huge difference. A dog sleeping peacefully near you without constantly demanding attention may actually be displaying one of the strongest signs of trust possible, because they no longer feel the need to stay on high alert. They know they're safe, and they know you're safe too. But now we need to talk about something most owners never consider. Sometimes dogs become quiet because they're paying closer attention to you. Think about how often your dog watches you. Not casually, carefully. Dogs are masters of observation. They study your habits every single day. The way you walk, the way you open doors, the sound of your footsteps, your morning routine, your evening routine, even your emotional patterns. Over time, your dog builds a mental map of who you are. And when something about you changes, they notice. Maybe you're stressed. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you're dealing with something emotionally difficult, even if you never say a word. Your dog may become quieter because they're focused on monitoring you, watching, listening, trying to understand what's different. This is one reason many dogs become unusually calm around owners who are grieving, sick, or emotionally struggling. They're not ignoring you. They're paying attention, very close attention. And honestly, this next reason is one of the most touching. Sometimes your dog becomes quiet because they simply enjoy being near you. No game, no toy, no food, no excitement. Just you. Many dog owners assume love must always look energetic, tail wagging, jumping, licking, excitement. But some of the deepest forms of canine affection are incredibly quiet. A dog lying beside your chair for hours, a dog sleeping near your feet, a dog following you into a room and then immediately falling asleep. Those aren't signs of boredom. Those are signs of contentment. Your dog isn't looking for something. They're already where they want to be. Near you. And when a dog reaches that level of comfort and emotional attachment, silence often follows, because they don't need to prove anything. They simply enjoy your presence. But there is one final reason dogs sometimes become quiet, and this one changes the way many people see their relationship with their dog forever. Your dog may be appreciating time with you more than you realize. Dogs don't understand life the way humans do. They don't count years. They don't celebrate birthdays the same way we do. But they absolutely understand routine, connection, presence, absence, and attachment. Every day with you becomes part of their world. Every walk, every meal, every cuddle, every quiet evening together. Those moments matter more than most people realize, and as dogs grow older or become more emotionally bonded, many start becoming calmer. Not because they care less, but because they care differently. The excitement never disappears completely, but it becomes deeper, softer, more meaningful. Instead of running around the house, they choose to sit beside you. Instead of demanding attention, they quietly stay close. Instead of making noise, they simply exist in the same space as you. And if you've ever had an old dog rest beside you for hours without moving, you know exactly what this feels like. There's something almost peaceful about it. A kind of silent companionship that doesn't require words. And that's the part many people misunderstand. Quiet doesn't always mean sadness. Quiet doesn't always mean something is wrong. Sometimes quiet means trust. Sometimes it means comfort. Sometimes it means emotional security. And sometimes it means your dog has reached a point where simply being near you is enough. Because at the end of the day, your dog doesn't care about your job, your money, your appearance, or your success. They care about you, your voice, your presence, your routines, your companionship. You are one of the most important parts of their entire world. And when a dog feels that deeply connected to someone, they don't always express it loudly. Sometimes they express it in the quietest way possible, by simply staying close, watching, listening, and enjoying every moment they get to spend beside you.